This segment of Packard Pokes At was made possible by patrons of the show and viewers like you. Please go to patreon.com/PackardPokesAt to help support the show. Thank you. Sometimes we make bad decisions like staying up for 20 hours. I should know, I've done it. But sometimes our bad decisions are a little bit more permanent. And when we make those bad decisions and they are permanent, they're hard to remove. And sometimes those bad decisions are usually tattoos. People go to have something put on their chest like mom or the name of their girlfriend or whatever, and because they were drunk and they misspelled their name, and the tattoo artist said, okay, I'll put their name on there, and then you get home and you're like, hey, look what I did, honey. Who's Patricia? The tattoo artist must have screwed up. Sure, you can go sleep on the couch.
Who's Patricia?
Who's Patricia? Right. And laser surgery, to have that removed, is very, very expensive. In fact,
so is the divorce.
So is the divorce, right? Which I found out. I see. I don't have any tattoos, and if I were to get a tattoo, I'd get one of myself, only a full size one, only about 6 inches taller, so I could be over 6 feet tall. Anyway, if you wanted to have a tattoo removed at a clinic that uses lasers to remove tattoos, it usually costs $75 per square inch. So if you get these people who, you got these big tats on their body, and they say, you know what?
Really?
Yeah, it's $75 per square inch.
That's not a lot of money.
That's, for some people...
That's cheaper than getting a tattoo.
I don't know. I've never had one. I couldn't tell you. But
Tell us about it. Tell us about it, Joe.
I'm just saying, that's enough to get the Chinese character tattoo off my ass that says movie ticket. Like $75 a square inch. Probably $150. I can get that thing taken care of.
I thought that got you into the movies at a discount.
Yeah.
No, it gets me arrested for indecent exposure.
Anyway, some people don't have $75 per square inch. I mean, hey, I wish I could charge $75 per square inch. Never mind. Anyway.
Advertising space.
Advertising space. That's right. Advertising space on my forehead.
Mark of the beast. Oh.
Yeah, but and that's just for one session. Most clients receive at least 3 to 6 sessions. So even if you wanted to get that removed, you're not going to get it done in one session. It's not going to be $75 at one pop. It's like, oh yeah, it's all gone. It's going to cost multiple sessions, and that adds up after a while. This gentleman, he's developed a cream, and it costs 4.5 cents per centimeter, which is way cheaper. And what it does is when they do the tattoo, it's pushed into certain cells. And what this cream does is it works its way to the cell that actually holds the tattoo and destroys the cell holding it, so the ink releases, so it'll eventually come out on its own. I think that's how it works. Right now, it's not available commercially yet, but they are working towards that. The next step is to work on pigs. They're gonna they've got tattooed pigs, and they've got the ink. They're gonna put this cream on there. Now, when they said they were gonna work on dead pigs that have the tattoo on there, I thought, how is that going to work? Because if the pig is dead, the cells are not regenerating. So I don't understand how they would work. They'd have to probably work on a live pig, that's already inked, because if the cells aren't regenerating, how are we going to know if it's actually working without a problem?
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm just trying to think of what regrets the pig would have.
Yeah, I went to the tattoo artist. I was a little snucker, and I had them put bacon on me.
I got bacon. Yeah, I got bacon. Yeah.
I love bacon.
I love bacon. Joe, your
Sorry.
thoughts?
There's like a heart-shaped tattoo. It says Farmer Brown in it. Oh.
I thought it was going to say crunchy. No, Charlotte's Web.
Yeah, well, it makes sense that they're gonna try it out on pigskin. Human skin and pigskin is very similar.
Yes.
I have friends who became tattoo artists, and what they would do is they would go to butchers and they would buy actual pigskins, and they would practice with their tattoo guns on the pigskin, and they would draw pictures into the pigskin. I actually went over to their house and they would show me like, "Hey, check this out," and they would like show me like a piece of pigskin with a skull on it.
Oh.
You know, so I mean, like,
I suppose that's
no,
easier than carrying a whole pig in your pocket, you know.
Well, no, it's better than practicing on a living person with, you know.
Oh, yeah,
which
that's
is
true.
It's unethical. Like, you gotta actually practice on, because your medium is flesh, so you have to practice your art on some. So I mean, the pigs are dead anyway. They
Right.
became food. They became bacon, and the skin is
And
just
pork
a
chops.
byproduct.
Mm-hmm.
So they go and they buy, you know, pieces of the skin, and then they practice on it and they draw. So it makes sense that they're going to use a tattoo removal cream on pigskin. But I agree with what you're saying. If it's going to be something that affects living cells and causes them to destroys the cells and release the ink, like you're saying, then yeah, I mean, initially you could try it on just tattooed pig skin, but you're going to have to eventually move on up to actual pigs with tattoos on them.
Yeah.
And I believe pig farmers do tattoo the ears of their pigs with like serial
Yes.
numbers
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Yes.
that's like not an uncommon thing to happen. So,
Which, you know what? It kind of explains why I've got this number system on the back of one of my left ear. I couldn't figure out why it was there. But
yeah.
I think you did that to me
You're
last
so
week, Joe.
Pig.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. Kind of your thoughts.
Well, a secondary article that I found talking about how this works. The tattooing process works by injecting ink into the skin, which stimulates an immune response in which the cells, called macrophages, move into the area and eat up the ink. Although some of the macrophages carry ink away from the surface of the skin into the lymph nodes, others remain behind, darkened from consuming ink. These pigment-filled macrophages are what we see as a tattoo. Falconham's cream works by inciting other rounds of macrophages to consume the colored ones and carry them along with the ink into the body's lymph nodes and away from the visible surface of
Oh,
the skin.
that doesn't sound healthy.
Well, it's, but the problem is, I guess, with the laser is that sometimes, depending on the laser removal tattoo artist you get, the cells can actually explode. There can be more scarring, and again, according to a person who does laser removal of tattoos, she said if you do it right, it's it's not going to leave heavy scarring like that. I actually looked up something called Wrecking Ball, which is a topical cream. And I was like, well, gee, I seem to remember here that there was a topical cream already. Well, not so much. It's sort of like this, I don't know if it's an acidic-based cream, and then you've got a scrubber application. So basically, you're just sanding your tattoo off, and it doesn't even work. I mean, it takes like months and months and months and years. So if this works, I'm assuming that maybe because they're talking about using the pig's ears, and if you really do need the regeneration of the cells, possibly you could put a pig to sleep and actually, work on that, I suppose, because they've been working on mice. And this will only cost approximately $4.50 on a 10 by 10 centimeter area. So it's extremely cost
I thought it was
effective.
4.5 cents per square centimeter.
On a 10 by 10 centimeter area would cost approximately $4.50 per treatment. So it's 4.5 cents on a 1 centimeter treatment area. So
Okay.
you see, it's like times 10 is $4.50. It's still not several $1,000s. So kudos to Alec Falkenham, and hopefully this young Canadian doctor has something that could help. Although it still probably should just behoove people to think before they tat. I don't know. I don't have any. But,
I don't. Yeah, neither do I. I have my reasons why I would never get a tattoo. I have too many problems with, well, people.
I like a good tattoo. I think tattoos are, I think a good tattoo is cool. But
Yes.
like whenever I go and look at like one of those tattoo magazines, where like tattoo artists from around the country submit the photos of things they've done, and they publish them in these magazines, I flip from page to page to page like, what the fuck were you thinking? Oh my god! And then I go to the next page. I'm like, oh, what? Really?
I think some people, when they put all these tattoos on their body, I mean literally everywhere, I think that they think that maybe they're like their own little art museum, and then they're traveling around, so this way, hey, can I see that? Yeah, that'd be $4.50 for admission, so you can see the tattoo.
Tattoos can be really beautiful. I mean, I do love art, and the skin is a canvas. If people want to do that, I understand, but I'm not sure I want to endure that amount of pain too.
Yeah, especially laser removal. I mean, that seems to be pretty I would imagine would be pretty painful, especially if you get tattooing in very tender locations. I mean, it would be bad enough that you have to have little needles in that area to begin with, but then to have it removed. So.
Have you thought of the advantages of the swelling of the tissue, though, in the process? I don't know.
Some swelling's not necessarily a good thing.